Okay, welcome back. I believe this is part 6, and what I've done is on this layer you can see that I was working on at the end of the last video. I went ahead and took all those parts and merged them down. And I decided to do that instead of going and creating all the sides for the other layers. So just going to go in here and delete those other layers except for our top layer. And now this is the only layer we have left for the wood. We're just going to duplicate that layer, and then I'm just going to go in here and start moving them into place. Just duplicated those layers, and then we'll go back in here and just let's see, that was which one is this? That's that one. That's the bottom one. Let's find this layer right here. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and start moving these into place. Grab the next one. Move that one. And I'm just using my move tool right now. Now we will have to go back in here and do a little bit of rescaling. That's no big deal. Let's see where this is. That might be okay. Let's see, we've got some UV showing here on this layer, so what I'll do is I'm clicking on it with the move tool. I have the top one selected, but you can see when I click on that with the move tool, it highlights this other one just briefly, so that tells me that's the layer that needs to be selected. So I'm going to scale that. I think it needs to be scaled this direction a little bit. Oh, maybe we need to move it back up now. And see, I'm seeing a little bit of the UV on this one. So let's see if we can move that around. I think we need to scale that one on this bottom edge here a little bit. Now maybe we can move it up. Okay, that'll work. Let's scroll down here and see where these are at. And that probably looks good. Now, let's go ahead and turn off this bottom layer. Let's see here. Let's select that bottom layer and then create a new layer above that, and then we'll go to our bucket fill tool and go ahead and select us a dark brown color and fill that layer with a dark brown, and turn our bottom layer back off our UV layer, and then we're going to go ahead and export this, and we'll just call it map. Put it in the same folder where the rest of your files are for this project. So export, and yes, I already had done it once, so I'm going to go ahead and replace it. Export. And then let's go ahead and open up Hexagon and open, hopefully you saved your crate. And so We're not done with the texture. We're just exporting it to kind of see how it will look on our crate. Let's open up our material editor here and click new, and then go here under color and change that to texture image and select our map there. And then you will need to, you have a little checkbox here that says flip vertically. We'll need to check that box. And here's what we've got so far. Okay, now this is what we're going to go in here and fix this time. We do have some seams in here I hate. We're not going to fix those in this tutorial, but be aware that oftentimes there will be seams that need to be fixed. And you can see that this crate, the top and the bottom, it doesn't matter if those look the same, but these sides looks like the exact same boards are being used on all the sides. So we need to go and fix that. And so let's go back into GIMP. And let's see, we said the top and the bottom. So this is the top right here, and this is the bottom. So these three and this one are the sides. So we need to make those look different. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to select this layer here. Let's see, that's the top. Okay, so we're going to take this layer here, and I'm going to go and grab my clone tool. And let's see, I'm going to set my brush size to about, I don't know, 10. Yeah, 10 will work. I'm going to zoom in here. I'm going to hold my control key and I'm going to click. As you can see, that puts a little arrow there, and what happens is we're going to clone that area, and we'll just, that's how we'll start to make all these sides look different. So let's see, we'll select control here. You may want to turn the opacity down some. I'm gonna turn mine down to roughly 50, and control, you just kind of move around and just kind of make them all look different. So as you can see now, you can compare this to this and notice that it's starting to look a little different. Probably want to get rid of some of this grain look here. So I'll just select down here and kind of start bringing that in a little bit. Maybe bring some of this in. Kind of a drawn out process, but we could do a larger brush size too. That'll speed things up. Crank it up to about 15. Okay. Anyway, that's how you change the detail in each side. Of course, you would want to go in there and work on it quite a bit and change it all up. Anyway, you could actually go back in here and copy and paste this into another layer, and then clone that in. No, I scrap that. You can't do that. Anyway, let's go ahead and let's just pretend like I went in here and fixed all these details. And let's go ahead and make sure you have the UV texture or the UV map turned off. Just go select our top layer and let's go merge visible layers, and that merges all those into a single layer. So now what we want to do is import our ambient occlusion map in. So I'm going to go to, let's see, File and Open as Layers, and we're going to find our ambient occlusion map here, and I'm going to open it up, and as you can see, that imports it right on top of that. And then we'll just go up here to layer mode and set that to multiply and turn it on and off, and you can see what that does is add some detail and some shadows to our crate image, crate map. So now I'll just go back in here and export that again, and then we'll open Hexagon back up. And when you do open that back up after you've made changes to your image, you can have this pop-up window that says some images used as textures have changed on disk. Do you want to reload them? Say yes. And let's see here, I don't see the change on that. Let's go back to Hexagon, and it doesn't appear that it's being displayed. Maybe I did something wrong. Let's merge this down. That's what we need to do, I guess. I don't know. Merge down, export. Let's go ahead and export crate UV, cancel, map, replace, export, and now let's go back into Hexagon. Let's go ahead and remove that image and re-import it. I'm not seeing the shadows. I did something wrong here. Well, let's Control Z that. And go to colors and brightness and contrast, and let's darken that and see. Export it again, and well, I don't know what happened here. I'm not seeing it. Yeah, we got some funky stuff going on right there. Got our seams. Okay, let's try. I'm going to pause the video and see what's going on here. Okay, we're back and I got it fixed. I'm unsure what happened, uh, why that we weren't seeing those changes being made in Hexagon. Uh, but what I did is I went in here and I went to colors and then went to levels, and I kind of darkened that that ambient occlusion layer up. And then I went in here and went to export again. I went back into Hexagon. And when you first go back in there, you'll have to this flip vertically. You'll have to check and uncheck that um, to get it to work correctly. Anyway, this wasn't the best tutorial, and there's some things that definitely could be improved on in these seams. But hopefully this gave you a pretty good idea of what to do and how to texture that crate. Normally I go through and I'm a lot more thorough than that, and I just tweak. I've never really tried to teach anybody that before because it does take me so long. I just go in there and continuously tweak and tweak till I get everything looking right. And speaking of tweaking, we could actually go in here in Hexagon and actually tweak where our UVs are at to fix some things. So let's do a little bit here. Let's see where that is right there. Maybe you want to drag these out to those edges a little bit. Anyway, you can see what I'm doing here. Anyway, you can go ahead and refine your UV map and texture on your UV map, and then you can just go in there and export this out. And I know this probably wasn't the best tutorial I've ever made, but I hope that it helps you in some way. And remember to go back in there and tweak your sides so that they don't all look the same. There's this side, and this side is one that I started changing. But anyway, I hope this tutorial has helped you, and I hopefully be making another one soon. Have a great day.